Good evening, Raider baseball fans, and welcome to the Mule Yard here in San Antonio. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside the one and only Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. And what a day for baseball, Jonathan. The area round of the playoffs here in San Antonio at a historic ballpark where the Alamo Heights Mules play their baseball.
Yes, sir. And a little different venue from what we saw last year. Obviously, facing again the Alamo Heights Mules as we did in the area round last season, but that was at Concordia. So now they've elected to go ahead and have the home field. Third game, if necessary, will be at a neutral venue at Dripping Springs High School.
So it's a rematch of last year where we faced the Mules at Concordia, and as you mentioned, and so kind of cool that we end up meeting like this. You know, over the years we've played New Braunfels Canyon, the Canyon Cougars, 3 years in a row as a fourth seed out of District 25 5A. This year we will be facing the Mules out of District 27 5A uh, in the area round for the second time.
Yeah, and again, and as we, obviously take a look and love to look at that bracket, we see a all familiar face, all too familiar face, I should say, in the same side, but, definitely not wanting to look past this round. Alamo Heights is going to always bring their best and be a very good foe opposite side of the field for the Raiders. And, hopefully we'll be able to come out on top as we did last year and look forward to the next round.
It is a grass and dirt field, but the pitcher's mound and the home plate circle are turf. So that is the difference that we face here at this ballpark. You know, we played at the historic San Antonio Missions ballpark in the regional final round last year versus Bernie Champion in game 2 and 3 of the regional final. So great! It's a great baseball venue. Um, Interesting because it's not well accommodated in certain respects with facilities of the restroom and everything. It's kind of a one-holer for each gender, and so
Well, that and parking.
oh yeah,
Right. I
yeah,
mean, obviously, we're going to have a really good turnout here on both sides. Both Alamo Heights is already packing the stands, seeing quite a few folks here for the Rouse Raiders as well. And literally, the ballpark parking is right next to the field. So, but there is multiple parking spots around the way. We got a tree lined area with parking well behind us, and looks like some folks have been smart enough to go ahead and park there and walk across to
right.
avoid any potential foul ball.
So two teams remain standing out of District 25 5A. That is your Rouse Raiders and the Cedar Park Timberwolves. Hayes drops 2 to Bernie Champion, and Liberty Hill drops 2 to Kerrville Tivy, and are eliminated from the playoffs. So the district number 1 seed, co-champion, is at home.
Yeah, and
Their season
and
is done.
just not seen, not able to predict that. But that's why you play the games. It's not just what's on paper. And we are the 3 seed advancing against the 2 seed Smithson Valley, who, aside from Bernie Champion, went undefeated on the season, going 10-0 before they ran into Bernie Champion, and then taking care of business in their final 2 games to finish at 12-2.
So we do have the schedules this week for the area round. If you'll go over that.
Yeah, so the area round will, of course, at the top there, our games here, Alamo Heights, will be tonight here at Mule Yard, 7 o'clock. We will follow that up tomorrow night at Rouse Field, again, 7 o'clock, and third game, if necessary, at Dripping Springs, as I mentioned. 1 o'clock will be the game time start. Medina Valley faces off against Cedar Park. Not going with home game options. They are playing all their games at Smithson Valley Field, where we just played. Again, also a natural field. We'll see Cedar Park as the top seed, or the lower top seed there. Bernie Champion faces off against San Antonio MacArthur. They'll be playing home field options. Kerrville Tivy, having advanced against Liberty Hill, does face against San Antonio Southwest. Again, also electing to go with the home away, actually a home again for the top seed. Georgetown, former foe here in the 25-5A, will face off against Lake Creek. They are looking at neutral site. And then Eastview, Georgetown Eastview,
Right.
advancing. Isn't that something? You know, again, a former 25-5A foe here of the Rouse Raiders will play against Magnolia, and they also have elected to go with the home option. So very interesting to see some familiar faces out there. You know, Georgetown winning it 2 years ago in 2022, having come out of our district with a 10-4 record with all co-champions, all 4 teams finishing co-champions, but they did finish as the number 1 seed that year.
The Alamo Heights Mules out of District 27-5A. They come into tonight 27-6. They're 16-0 and out of district, and they're their number 1 seed out of 27-5A. The head coach is Joey Boyd. He's in his 4th year with 64 career wins. He's assisted by Colton Hermes, Willie Golick, and Fabian Welch. Their 2023 record was 22-14, 14-2 in district. They were the 2nd seed out of 27-5A and were an area finalist versus the Rouse Raiders with 5 returning starters. Your Rouse Raiders out of District 25-5A, they're 28-8-1 and 10-4 out of district. The 3rd seed out of 25-5A. Their head coach is Chad Crimpine in his 23rd year with 509 wins. He's assisted by Manny Perez, Dan LaPaglia, Will Noble. And their 2023 record was 30-12-1, 9-5 as the 4th seed out of District 27-5A and a regional finalist with 7 returning starters.
Yeah, and of course, all 7 of those starters will be, as they have all season long, be on the field this evening representing the Raiders, most of which, all of which are seniors this year and will be graduating. So, again, as many seniors as we saw graduate last year, we topped that and had even more this year. So, really crazy how many upperclassmen, but we do have one staple, as we've seen all year long, as a starter for the Raiders at shortstop, Jacob Solis, who is only a sophomore.
So a bunch of new faces that you were mentioning prior to the game this evening with the Raiders taking their in and out, seeing some familiar names with new faces.
Yes, sir. You know, you that's one thing that you always look forward to seeing here is the call-ups. Those guys that have been representing JV, that have been doing great JV as they have the last several years, having a phenomenal season, being district champs for, I believe, the 4th year in a row, as it were. And they have just really come along, and it just shows the positive momentum that Raiders are carrying year to year, year in and year out. Yeah, we graduate a lot of guys, but we've got guys to back them up. And, you know, we're seeing some of those faces that will have an opportunity possibly throughout these playoffs to show what they're capable of doing.
Well, it's a bright future for the Raiders, and we look forward to that. But we got to take care of the business at hand and look for a good contest here tonight. The Mules did not lose a district game. They were perfect through the district season out of their district. Medina Valley, one of their district opponents, facing the Cedar Park Timberwolves tonight.
Yeah, and of course, we can then pull up the bracket here, Michael, that did, of course, show Medina Valley advancing, obviously, to face Cedar Park. Cedar Park taking care of Piper in the first round. Alamo Heights taking care of Harlandale, to obviously face ourselves as we took care of Smithson Valley. And if, again, as I sort of alluded to earlier, if Cedar Park is able to take care of this area round and the Raiders able to be victorious against the Alamo Heights, that will bring a 4th year in a row rematch in the regional quarters with Cedar Park Timberwolves, the district foe, facing off against the Rouse Raiders. And that will always bring up the question is, will they elect to have a 1-game or a 3-game option, as always has been a 1-game through the last 3 years?
All right, yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that would actually go. So the umpires and the coaches are meeting at home plate, and I guess going over some specific ground rules. That one umpire really seems to be very animated. So it's be interesting to see what they're saying within that group.
I can throw the mic over the net. We got a long enough cord on this. We may be able to pick up what they're talking about there, Michael.
So we want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching playoff baseball here on SHN Sports. The chat line is open, so be sure and give a shout out to your favorite team and player. We want to welcome any Alamo Heights fans that may be listening in to the broadcast and give a shout out for your team and your favorite player as well, and we will mention that here on the broadcast. So they're about to get underway here and introduce the lineups, and so we will follow suit with that. So the lineup for the Rouse Raiders leading off will be number 9, Rainer Heinrich at second base. Batting second will be the right fielder, number 12, Tyler Espinoza. Batting third will be the first baseman, number 8, Oscar Salazar. Batting fourth will be the center fielder, number 10, Landon Miller. Batting fifth will be the catcher, number 14, Xander Forcell. Batting sixth will be the designated hitter, number 11, Andrew Sanchez. He will be hitting for the starting pitcher, number 6, Gavin Silva. Batting seventh will be the third baseman, number 22, Nathan Miller. Batting eighth will be the shortstop, number 7, Jacob Solis. And rounding out the order will be the left fielder, number 31, Adrian Graves. So you and I talked about this earlier, a little changes here. Gavin Silva usually hits for himself. In this instance, he's going to be hit for, and Adrian Graves is going to get an opportunity to hit for himself tonight.
Correct. And, Coach does have a lot of changes on how he looks at this. I mean, how do they represent themselves during batting practice, in scrimmages, live pitching? If he's been handling the bat very well, Coach is always willing to give him an opportunity to thrive here in the playoffs. And again, one thing you don't ever want to question is Coach Krimpine and his feelings and his thoughts on who's going to perform.
Right. So the lineup for the Alamo Heights Mules leading off will be the left fielder, number 11, Blake Bader. Batting second will be the right fielder, number 8, Hunt Conger. Batting third will be the shortstop, number 13, Bruno Robles. Batting fourth will be the third baseman, number 24, Yul Salaburu. Batting fifth will be the designated hitter, number 19, Hunter Jones. He will be hitting for the starting pitcher, number 23, Davis Zunker. Batting sixth will be the catcher, number 27, Will Broderick. Batting seventh will be the first baseman, number 21, Albert Colglazer. Batting eighth will be the second baseman, number 2, Luke Spielhagen. And rounding out the order, batting ninth will be the center fielder, number 4, Parks Zunker. So I notice we have 2 Zunkers in the lineup.
Yes, I noticed the same thing. And you know what? I would guess that they may be brothers.
They may be. They may be.
Hey, they could be cousins.
We've had several, right? We had the
Sparshoes,
Joe and I just went blank. Big Shotty. I always called him Big Shotty. So Lucas Sparshoe.
Lucas, yes, sir. And then, of course, we had the Heinrichs, C5 Carter Heinrich and Rainer Heinrich in Carter's senior year. Rainer was there getting that little throwdown action there from catcher to second base there with Rayner, and then obviously other brothers that have represented your boys.
Yep.
Coming in, as well as Xander Forcell having his older brother Drew Forcell.
So we're going to take a moment for the national anthem. We want to thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. We'll be right back in just one moment. It's baseball time in Texas as we're ready to get underway here in San Antonio at the Mule Yard. Good evening, everyone. I'm Michael Francis alongside Mr. Jonathan Kaspar. And Jonathan, what a great night for baseball.
Yes, sir. And, one thing that we talked about and you alluded to is that we are in a very historic area, a very historic ballpark here for the Alamo Heights Mules and the Mule Yard. And it shows, if everybody at home can see, we're nestled in amongst a lot of trees here. Really hides what the wind's doing. I'm looking out just in left center above the scoreboard, a very high scoreboard, and very at the top of that is the American flag that's just sort of laying there and catching some breezes here and there. And definitely we would love some of those breezes to make their way into the press box here, as it is a extremely muggy, warm evening here in San Antonio.
Defensively for the Mules, on the mound, number 23, Davis Zunker. Behind the plate, number 27, Will Broderick. At first base, number 21, Albert Colglazer. At second base, number 2, Luke Spielhagen. At third base, number 24, Yul Salaburu. At short, number 13, Bruno Robles. In left field, number 11, Blake Bader. In center field, number 4, Parks Zunker. And in right field, number 8, Hunter Conger. Due up for your Raiders. Due up for your Raiders, Rainer Heinrich, Tyler Espinoza, and Oscar Salazar.
Yeah, and immediately we see the Zunker and Zunker duo here. And based off of what I'm seeing, I would think that the center fielder, Parks Zunker, would possibly be the younger of the Zunker brothers, as pitcher Davis Zunker. He's a tall guy, man, sitting there on the mound. Big righty.
Leading off.
So interesting down the lines, Jonathan. Down the left field line, you've got 341 to the left field foul pole and 302 to the right field foul pole and 361 to straightaway center field.
Yeah, very oblong shape, sort of a Yankees field type.
Zunker delivers low for ball 1. And we are underway.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Yankees field. I think it's a little deeper to center, but it is very shallow down right field line.
Tyler Espinoza on deck. 0-1 the count. Zunker pitching from the stretch. He comes set. Heinrich shows bunt, lays off. That pitch is high and outside for ball 2. Will Broderick behind the plate. He gives a sign. Zunker comes set. The 0-2 pitch. That is in for a strike.
Yeah, painted the
2-0
outside
pitch.
corner.
I called that wrong. The 2-0 pitch.
Yeah, was able to paint the outside corner there with Zunker.
2-1. The 2-1 pitch. That's high for ball 3. And it's a loud crowd here tonight, Jonathan.
Yes, sir, it is. And as you would expect, I mean, playoff baseball in Texas doesn't get any better.
The 3-1. This is smoked down the right field line.
And that's
it's
extra
fair.
bases. Easily
and
a double
Rainer
and
Heinrich
possibly a triple.
Heads to second, and he is going to hold up at second base. A good throw in by Blake Bader. And that was just barely fair.
Absolutely nuked that ball, and it was diving hard away from the bag, but was able to stay fair just as it crossed right over. And the field umpire having a great view of that as he made a great call there for a fair ball.
Espinosa, number 12.
Heinrich with a leadoff double to get things underway here tonight.
And that's one thing that we have been missing for the last several games is getting to see a leadoff double from Rainer Heinrich, as he was doing that pretty repetitively throughout the beginning of the season.
Oscar Salazar on deck. Tyler Espinosa stands in for his first at bat of the night. He will show a bunt and foul it off. It actually hits off his fingers for strike 1.
Yeah, rounding for the bunt and ducked and pulled away, trying to get away, but that ball was actually rising and coming hard inside, and he just was not able to retreat fast enough. And
yeah, he tried to pull out of it, but it was such an inside pitch, he could not spin away fast enough.
Exactly. And it's just fastball, just getting away from Zunker.
0-1 the count to Espinosa. Infield playing fairly shallow. Zunker comes set. He checks Heinrich back at second. He'll deliver home. That's high for ball 1.
Yeah, not only, did it come in, it actually clipped the finger a bit of Tyler Espinosa as he was waving that off. So, what would have been a, 2-0 count here sees him having an even 1-1.
Espinosa shows bunt. Zunker will deal a breaking ball that's high for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike count to Espinosa.
And I'm sorry, Michael, interestingly enough, we do see Rainer actually pull the trigger on that 3-1 ball that was, a great pitch to handle, but, not sitting there being patient and not waiting to try to get the walk. He's trying to make something happen.
That pitch down the middle for a strike. A little off-speed action.
Yep, and luckily it was off-speed, because I think if he'd have gone with the fastball there, it would have stayed high and again out of the zone as the previous 2 pitches did.
Even count at 2. 1 on with no outs here in the top of the first. And the pitch, that'll hit him on the shoulder, and Espinosa will head down to first.
Now batting.
Runners
at first and second for Oscar Salazar.
Yeah, and right away we're seeing Davis Zunker, and it's going to draw a quick visit to the mound from Broderick, the catcher, but we're seeing Davis Zunker having a little bit of an issue here with the first 2 guys. I mean, he's not really been pounding the zone. He's been high inside. Did sprinkle in the occasional strike there, but one of those was driven hard to left field by Rainer Heinrich, and then that one again missing high and inside and hitting Tyler Espinosa.
Salazar, the 5A state RBI leader, he shows bunt, lays off, and takes for ball 1.
It was a very close pitch there, Michael.
Landon Miller on deck. Oscar Salazar selected to the Texas High School Coaches Baseball Association All-Star Game to be played at Dell at, I believe, on June 16th.
And that will be
the 1-0 pitch, and he will foul that one away as he squared up for the bunt, and the count will even at 1.
Really, really good velocity here from Davis Zunker. As again, Oscar, knowing that was a ball, just couldn't pull the bat back fast enough.
The other thing is that Coach Crampine was selected the coach
Yes, sir.
for the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association South team. Salazar will chop on this one. It'll
Works
be
like a
played
bunt.
by Salaburu. The throw to first will be in time, and the runners will advance.
And, of course, Oscar showing bunt earlier, and that was a full swing. He will not be given the
number 10
benefit of
the
sacrifice as he was swinging fully there, but again, worked just the same.
At end, he accomplished the same thing, right? Just as you mentioned. Landon Miller will come to the plate. Runners at second and third with one out. Xander Forcell on deck.
And Landon coming alive here in the last series against Smithson Valley.
The first pitch low and inside for ball one.
And doing it without having to hit the long ball was Landon Miller. He did not have to drive it into the gaps as he was doing throughout the early part of the season. He was finding holes in the infield, hitting ground balls into the outfield, and allowing runners to advance and, going 3 for 4. And
breaking ball high for ball two.
Yeah, again, I believe he did go 3 for 4 in game 2 against Smithson Valley. So starting to round into shape as Landon Miller, and love seeing that.
Zunker comes set. Breaking ball misses high for ball three. 3-0 the count to Landon Miller. Nobody holding Espinoza at second. And Zunker not even taking a look. That is fouled off a pitch that was on the outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, and getting the 3-0 green light was Landon Miller there. And love seeing that and him having an opportunity to swing the bat. A lot of damage can happen with one swing from Landon Miller.
3-1 the count. The pitch. This is lifted high and deep to center. Zunker back on it. He'll make the catch, and Heinrich will take off to home, and he will score. A sacrifice fly.
Yeah, plenty deep enough there from Landon Miller as that actually saw Parks Zunker retreat just a little bit to make sure he could gather underneath that ball. And Tyler Espinoza did a quick little take to look to third, but was having none of it as he stayed at second.
Andrew Sanchez on deck. Xander Forcell at the plate.
The Zan Man, the X Factor.
The X Factor. The first pitch he'll take for a strike on a fastball inside.
And that will actually be the first time Zayvon Zunker has been ahead of a batter here in the top of the first.
A breaking ball outside for ball one, and that'll even things up.
And being ahead of the batter is pivotal here. We talk about it over and over again. It enables that pitcher to really work a lot of options for an out pitch to see what he can get away with on breaking pitches, off-speed pitches.
That pitch up high for ball two.
Seeing if he can get somebody to chase on something they would normally not look at, but when they're behind, the batter does get antsy, and you may get him swinging at something that he's normally disciplined and stays away from.
Two and one to count. The 2-1 pitch. A swing and a miss. A little off-speed pitch. As Forcell was way ahead of that one. Deuce is wild for Forcell. Broderick gives the sign. And the pitch. And it's smoked into left field. Espinoza will round third and head for home. The pitch will go to the backstop, and Espinoza will score an RBI single for Xander Forcell. Forcell advanced to second on the throw home.
Honestly, I'm very surprised with as hard as that was hit. by Xander Forcell, and Blake Bader able to handle that and actually get the ball not very deep, and still Coach did send Tyler Espinoza. You know, I think with a better throw, that would have been a bang-bang play at home plate. So
that'll bring up Andrew Sanchez, the designated hitter, another hitter that's gotten hot here in the playoffs. He got his first home run of the season last week versus Smithson Valley. He got a 2-run homer in the 6th inning.
And then the triple in game 2 against Smithson Valley down the right field line.
The first pitch to Sanchez sails high for ball 1.
And once again, losing that high, just not really able to break that pitch off and finish downhill as they talk about here and get that snap and that break for a strike.
1-0 delivery. This is fouled off and out of play for strike 1, and that'll even things up. Nathan Miller on deck. One and one the count. And the pitch. A breaking ball down and away for ball 2.
They're not going to ask for the appeal as he did check that swing. I mean, immediately you're already seeing a change in the approach here from Andrew Sanchez, having success the last couple of games.
A 2-1. That is hit down to third baseline. That'll be played by Salaburu. The throw to first in time, and that will do it for the Raider first. But they get 2 runs on 2 hits, and they leave one. After 1 half, it's 2-0 Rouse.
Yeah, and immediately noticing a little bit of a struggle there for Davis Zunker on the mound. And, you know, now we'll see the Raiders defense come in with everybody in their normal positions. Gavin Silva, your starting game 1 pitcher, as has been the case all year long.
Due up for the Mules, Blake Bader, Hunt Conger, and Bruno Robles. Defensively for the Raiders on the mound, number 6, Gavin Silva. Behind the plate, number 14, Xander Forcell. At first base, number 8, Oscar Salazar. At second base, number 9, Rainer Heinrich. At third base, number 22, Nathan Miller. At short, number 7, Jacob Solis. In left field, number 31, Adrian Graves. In center field, number 10, Landon Miller. And in right field, number 12, Tyler Espinoza. Don't miss the final UIL state event of the year, the 2024 State Baseball Tournament, taking place Wednesday, June 5th through Saturday, June 8th. These games will be played at the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, with Conference 4A games taking place at the historic Dishwalk Field at the University of Texas at Austin campus. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball. One of those obligatory UIL spot messages that we're required to say once or twice a game.
Yes, sir. Got to make sure everybody's taken care of. And the more we do that, the more opportunities we'll have to broadcast our games, right? I'm thinking good mojo throughout the playoffs.
Well, the interesting thing is that I'm seeing so many broadcasts that are actually NFHS, and so it's some school-based broadcasts that are under the NFHS banner, and Cedar Park is one of those teams.
Interesting.
So
leading off for your
Blake
Mules,
Bader will make his way to the plate.
number 11, Blake Potter.
Oh, there we go. I've been
Botter. Okay.
Blake Botter. That's one of those that I failed to ask about earlier. I did ask about a few names.
Somehow seem to remember that from last year.
Botter will foul this one away for strike 1.
Yeah, because that name does look familiar. He is a returning starter from last year, is Botter.
Silva from the windup, a breaking ball in for strike 2. And that breaking ball is his bread and butter. Hunt Conger on deck, swing and a miss, a drop third strike. Forcell will throw down to first to complete the strikeout. K2-3 on the strikeout.
And once again, getting ahead of the batter gives you the opportunity to throw junk that maybe you'll get them to bite on, as was the case there for Botter, swinging at a pitch that was way inside and low. He had zero opportunity and zero chance to make contact.
Silva actually spins off the mound. That pitch misses high and outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball in for a strike to Conger. And the count will leave it up at 1. Bruno Robles on deck. Fastball down the middle for strike 2.
Yeah, and once again, as we have seen, as the rhythm is extremely up-tempo here from Gavin Silva.
Another breaking ball. That's low and outside for ball 2, and things will even.
Absolutely amped up, and almost as quickly as he gets the ball received back from Xander Forcell, he's ready to go again with the next pitch.
The 2-2 pitch, that is cut on and hit over to third. Nathan Miller has it. The throw to first in time, and that will retire Conger for out number 2. 5-3 on the putout. That will bring up Bruno Robles. Robles, the shortstop. The interesting thing is that Robles was also selected to the Texas High School Baseball Coaches Association All-Star Game at the Dell Diamond as a catcher.
Very, very cool, and playing shortstop.
Breaking ball outside for ball 1
tonight.
So I spoke with Coach Hermes before the game. Fastball inside for ball 2.
Wow, that one looked really good.
2-0 the count to Robles. Robles batting from the left side. 2-0 pitch. That gets the outside corner. A little off-speed action for strike 1. That pitch misses high for ball 3. 3-1 the count. Camino Stapleton checking in. Cranford, New Jersey gives a shout out to the Forcells. Drew, Xander, Kathy, and Scott. Go Raiders. The 3-1 pitch, that's outside for ball 4. And Silva will issue his first walk of the night.
I'll tell you, missed up on it, Michael. You were looking at that, looking at the chat line. Mules Salaburu keeping his on-deck fielding percentage at 1,000 here on that ball that got away from Xander Forcell.
Salaburu, the third baseman for the Mules. He'll dig in from the right side. 1 on with 2 outs. A breaking ball misses high for ball 1.
Okay. I think it's a matter of living low here for the home plate umpire.
Hunter Jones on deck. The breaking ball gets the inside corner for strike 1, and that will even things again.
Tell you what, I actually saw Gavin getting into that walk-up music for Salaburu.
The 1-1 pitch, a fastball fouled back and out of play for strike 2. The 1-2 pitch, a breaking ball fouled off, and it's a good thing that he fouled it off, Jonathan, because that was right down the middle.
Yeah, very good job that he but it fooled him enough that he thought that he needed to check that swing, but it ended up being right over the plate. And just as you said, lucky that he was able to foul that and stay alive.
The 1-2, that's outside, and Robles will advance. He'll pick up a stolen base on the pitch. He had a great jump.
Yeah, he did, and Xander really wanting an opportunity there to show off his arm with the throw, but that ball just broke some more, and it just made his way past him.
Deuce is wild for Salaburu. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch, a fastball that's fouled off, and you talk about spoiling a good pitch.
Yeah, he's, Gavin challenging Salaburu right there, and he was obviously showing that he was up to the challenge, just getting enough of that ball and almost really sending it the other way.
Silva checks Robles at second, and he'll come home. A breaking ball misses outside for ball 3, and Salaburu works it full.
Here comes the hook.
From the stretch, the payoff pitch. Breaking ball just misses outside for ball 4. And Silva issues back-to-back walks. Steve Kithill checking in. Let's go, Raiders. Glad to have you with us, Steve.
Yes,
Steve,
sir.
my former broadcast partner.
Fire him up on the chat line there, Steve. Fire him up.
Hunter Jones makes his way to the plate.
Hunter Jones.
And interesting, so what I'm noticing so far with the first 5 batters is we've gone lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty. Having come off a series with Smithson Valley with one
lefty. You got another lefty on deck with Will Broderick. Swing and a miss on a fastball for strike 1.
Yeah, and that's in stark contrast to the Smithson Valley game where there was one lonely lefty through both lineups.
The 0-1 pitch misses outside for ball 1.
I know Coach Crimpine's missing having a lefty in the lineup.
The 1-1 pitch, that's inside for ball 2.
Yeah, definite ball there. I'm hearing some noise there from the crowd, but well inside and off the plate.
Joanne Comorn checking in. Go Raiders. Thank you, Joanne. 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss for strike 2, and that will even the count at 2.
And I'm just thinking back, I apologize. Carson Henderson did make an appearance from the left side in the batter's box in game 2 with Smithson Valley. Yes, he did.
The 2-2 pitch, that is fouled away. Will Broderick helping out his on-deck fielding percentage.
Yeah, coming in, Oscar Salazar still hitting, and then Carson Henderson coming in to pitch and stayed in to hit for himself.
The 2-2. Breaking ball catches him looking for strike 3.
There it is.
And that will do it for the Mules in the first. They get no runs on no hits. They leave 2. And after 1 complete, it's 2-0 Rouse. On to the bottom we go, or on to the second we go. I'm going to take this opportunity to recognize our double sponsors, Austin Summit Group, Terry McDaniel and Company Investment, and Team Guerrero. Thank you for your sponsorship of Rouse Raider Baseball. We want to recognize our triple sponsors as well, B2Z Engineering and 4-Wheel Parts. And this is the time that we need that support here in the playoffs, and we thank you for your valued and generous support of Rouse Raider Baseball.
Yes, we do. Greatly, greatly appreciate everybody out there and all your efforts from the
Mimo and Papa checking in. Go Raiders. Come on, seniors. You've got this.
Yes, they do. And, now is the time to thrive, and now is the time that the Raiders seem to always thrive. And regardless of what has happened and where the end of the season shows them being, you flip the switch, right, Mike?
Yeah.
You flip the switch, it's playoff. It's all new. It's a whole new season that starts right now. What you did previously matters nil.
Due up for the Raiders, Nathan Miller, Jacob Solis, and Adrian Graves. That is your 7, 8, and 9 hitters.
Looks like Mr. Rouse made the trip down for the game, as I see him here in the not quite the front row, but two rows up, as he's always wanted to be right there in the action.
Davis Zunker back out on the mound to pitch the second for the Mules.
There's that good breeze.
Right? On a humid San Antonio evening. The sun starting to go down and the shadows are growing long across the field. The lights are on. Wind is blowing in from the southeast. Nathan Miller makes his way to the plate.
Number 22, Nathan.
And honestly, I think having the game down here is really afforded us the ability to stay away from all that weather that's up north. I don't know that, Leander or that area is really going to be hit, but man, just north of that,
it is.
crazy.
My wife was telling me before the game that it's supposed to hit around 7 o'clock.
Okay.
The first pitch to Miller down and away for ball one.
So just as we could have potentially seen that at Concordia had this game played out like it did last year.
1-0 pitch. That will hit him. And Miller, the second hit batter of the evening by Zunker.
And wildly enough, the same exact pitches that actually saw both Oscar and Tyler Espinoza foul off while they were rounding off to bunt. Same high inside pitch that gets away from Zunker.
That will bring up Jacob Solis. Solis, the shortstop for the Raiders. Veronica Arnold checking in. Go Raiders. He'll show bunt, lay off, and take for a strike.
Coach electing to stay with Nathan Miller here on the base path, as we do have a tendency to see a substitution in a lot of situations here for him.
The 0-1 pitch. He'll lay a bunt down. That'll be played by Zunker. The throw to first will be in time, and that will go down as a sacrifice bunt for Jacob Solis. And one away.
Yeah, great job of execution there for Jacob Solis.
Number 31, Adrian Graves. Number 31.
We did see multiple pop-up foul ball opportunities in Game 2 against Smithson Valley, and I bet that is something that was worked on a lot in
Adrian
practice.
Graves getting his first at-bat of the playoffs. And Zunker will deal a breaking ball that is just up out of the zone for ball one. Rainer Heinrich on deck. The 1-0 pitch. That's a fastball down the middle. It's fouled away for strike one, and that will even the count up.
Yeah, very interested to watch how Adrian Graves handles the bat here. Just, again, not having a lot of opportunities throughout the year, but really getting a big opportunity here.
1-1 pitch, a fastball down the middle for strike two. And there was no disputing that strike. Zunker takes a long look in, but he has the sign. 1-2, that's down and away.
Wow, Broderick, unbelievable.
Ball two.
Broderick doing an excellent job behind home plate there. Able to stop that ball and keep Nathan Miller from advancing.
2-2 count, one on with one out. Zunker deals. This is hit up the middle. This will be played by the shortstop, Bruno Robles. And that will be in time.
Wow.
That will go 6-3 on the put out of Graves for two away. And that will bring up Rainer Heinrich.
And, two things happening there. Nathan Miller doing everything he could to try to disrupt the throw or disrupt the vision of Robles by running right in front of him and avoiding being hit by the ball. Robles actually did take a quick glance to see about possibly getting him the lead runner at third, but he did make the snap throw over and get Adrian.
That's just smart.
That's
this
in
is
the
hit
gap.
to left center, and that will go to the fence. That will easily score Miller. Rainer Heinrich will come in with a stand-up double.
Back-to-back doubles for Rainer Heinrich, and he is feeling it tonight, folks. Jumping all over that first pitch and just driving it as he went shopping in the gap.
That will bring up Tyler Espinoza. Espinoza was hit by a pitch his first time up.
Now batting, number 12, Tyler Espinoza.
Oscar Salazar on deck. Oscar picking up another RBI in his last at-bat.
No, he advanced the runners.
He advanced the runners.
He advanced the runners on the full swing bunt.
That's right. My bad. That pitch high and out of the zone for ball one. No, it was Landon Miller that got the RBI.
You're alluding to things to come.
Yes.
That's what it is. That's what it is. He's going to get an RBI in the game.
Let me erase that.
It's foreshadowing.
Got to correct my book. Fastball down the middle, not called a strike. That's interesting, Jonathan.
High enough, and actually Broderick actually had to stand up to receive that one.
It looked good to me, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
From my position, standing behind the plate, brother.
It was over the top of the plate. You're right. It was middle.
2-0 the count to Espinoza. The pitch. That's high for ball three.
Once again,
Zunker has not given up a walk yet. He's hit two batters, but he has not given up a walk.
Correct. Having the few hits there in the first inning, one hit batter in the first inning.
Jim Kelly chiming in. Go Mules, go Yule. And Marge Holbrook, go Raiders. Thank you all for tuning in and watching playoff baseball here on SHN Sports. 3-0 the count to Espinoza. Zunker comes set, and he will come home. The 3-0, that's high for ball four. And Zunker issues his first walk of the night.
Somewhat poetic there. Go Mules, go Yule. Right? That worked actually really well together as he was talking about Yule Salaburu.
That from Jim Kelly. That will bring up Oscar Salazar and a visit by Coach Joey Boyd to the mound.
And I'm not 100% sure where the bullpen is. Oh, right behind. Okay. Looks like it's a single.
I think they're making a change. I think he's already. No, he's.
Possible.
No, Zunker has the rosin bag in his hand. But I think Coach Boyd already took the ball from him. And you have a pitcher coming in, number 17.
Oh, bullpen is actually
beyond
left. Yeah. Okay, there you go. Great. Sort of a Pro Series ballpark here with the bullpen is out in left field. Number 17 coming in, which is Gunnar Jones. Correct, number 17?
Yep.
Yeah, and just...
Zunker goes an inning and 2/3.
Davis just not really finding it. I mean, he had the velocity there. The breaking pitch had great movement, but just not really able to find...
Now pitching for your Mules.
The
number 17,
the strike zone,
Gunner,
with any kind of regularity.
Number 17.
Only drawing the one walk, but, again, really going deep into most counts. And I'll get a quick recap here on his.
Gunnar Jones comes in relief of Davis Zunker, looking to get that third out. And what a baseball name. We talk about Big E, right?
Yes,
now
sir.
You have Gunnar on the mound.
Gunnar Jones, and he is another really tall right-hand pitcher here for the Mules. And I'm having to... There we go. All right, had to go out and go back in here to get an update. Davis Zunker does leave us with 41 pitches, having only gone 1 2/3 innings, allowing 3 hits, 3 earned runs, no strikeouts, 1 walk, and 2 hit batters. So again, it's just, getting ahead of the batters. It really, not only does it allow the pitcher to really work multiple options, pitch options, but it settles him down as well. And he just seemed to always be on his heels through that first inning and 2/3 that he did pitch, and just never really getting comfortable, with his pitches.
Grandpa Jim checking in again. Come on, Mules, you're the best.
Oscar Salazar.
Oscar Salazar comes to the plate, and he will face Gunnar Jones for the first time this evening. Gunnar from the stretch, and the pitch. That fastball down and away, and that will cause Broderick to go over. It's ball 1 to Salazar, and Broderick going to make sure that they're on the same page.
I think he got crossed up on that as he was looking to receive that more inside, and that pitch just was a breaking pitch, outer half, and not exactly what he was looking for.
So here's an interesting little tidbit, right? So one of my favorite pictures of Seth on the mound was when the catcher at the time, Cody Vanoy, went out to have a mound visit with him. And to me, I thought it was a cool looking picture, but Seth said, Dad, I don't like that picture because he came out there to chew me out. The 1-0 pitch, that is hammered into left field.
And
Rainer Heinrich will ground third and head for home, and he will slide in and score. And Espinosa will end up at third. Now that is the RBI.
There is the predicted RBI. You can go ahead and put that back in just 1 inning later. And
an RBI single for Oscar Salazar, as Rainer Heinrich will score.
Landon Miller.
Tyler Espinosa will move over to third.
And once again, Coach being very, very aggressive. Nobody's going to dispute the speed of Rainer Heinrich, but he did have another shallow reception there to Botter in left field, and he's got a great arm.
He threw that home.
He made both of the throws been made home, just again high, not really getting it down, and an opportunity for Broderick to handle that and possibly get an out. And Heinrich able to slide in safely with the ball well above him.
That'll bring up Landon Miller. He had a sac fly to center his first time up, an RBI sac fly. He will take for ball 1. Xander Forsell on deck. Runners on the corners with 2 outs for the Raiders here in the top of the second. They lead it 4-0 over the Mules. Jones checks Salazar at first. He'll come home. The 1-0, that's high for ball 2. Grandpa Jim, Iowa loves the Mules. That is awesome. Thank you, Jim, for checking in.
Call in from Iowa. Love it. Right? Love it.
It's interesting when you get the playoffs because you get so many people and family that are out of country, pitch down and away for ball 3, that are out of country, out of state. You've got Camino up in New Jersey.
Yeah, we've
had people from Cuba, Dominican Republic,
Chicago, California, Michigan. With the
California
shoes.
The 3-0, that will hit him on the shoulder.
Actually, it hit the.
No,
it did hit bad as well, but.
I thought it got him on the shoulder
and then it hit the
bat. Carried off his bat.
Yeah,
I believe.
Definitely was contact with the bat.
The first contact was the shoulder, then the bat.
14, Xander Forsell.
So that's the third hit batter by the Mules tonight.
And, of course, not the same pitcher.
And that's one of those things we've talked about. Walks and hit by pitches, you just can't defend against.
Zero defense.
There's no defense for them. Jones comes set. He'll deal the outside for ball 1 to Forsell. That was over the left-handed batter's box.
Yeah, and again, though, you're going to see possibly the pitchers getting some of those calls
bases loaded
in their favor.
Forsell. He'll swing and miss at a high fastball outside for strike one, and that will even the count.
Yeah, pitchers can help themselves out if they're able to really hit locations. Umps are really paying attention to that. Where's the catcher setting up? Is that pitcher able to really hit his locations inside, outside, up, and down? You know, he'll get some of those outer half calls.
1-1 pitch. That's outside for
just
ball two.
like that, you know. I mean, if he's really pitching well, I mean, again, that was outside, but it wasn't by much, and could have easily
it was
been called
over
a strike.
it was over the left box stripe, so it was about 6 inches outside. 2-1 the count. Jones comes set. The 2-1 pitch. That one is popped up into right field. Conger in foul territory. He'll make the catch, and that will do it for the Raiders. They score 2 runs on 2 hits, and they leave them loaded. On to the bottom we go.
No errors, 3 runners left on base.
On to the bottom we go. Raiders lead it 4-0 over the Mules. Due up for the Mules in the second, Will Broderick, Albert Colglazer, and Luke Spielhagen. We want to take this opportunity for a UIL spot, and we'll be right back with you in just a moment. Megan Martinez checking in. Let's go Raiders. Gavin Silva back out on the mound to pitch the second. The Mules in the heart of their order.
Yeah, just finding ourselves here in the bottom of the second as that last inning just saw a lot of runners on the base path and a really drawn out inning. Again, also with the pitching change early in the game with Zunker only going 1 2/3.
Leading off for your Mules, number 27, Will Broderick.
Will Broderick comes to the plate. Albert Colglazer on deck, and another lefty.
Yeah,
back-to-back lefties here. Actually, back-to-back lefties.
Lefty number 4
with
Mules.
Jones, Broderick, and Colglazer. Swing and a miss for strike one. And, of course, Robles batting from the left side as well. So that's 4 lefties in the lineup. This is hit out to deep center. Landon Miller tracks it, makes the catch, and that will retire Broderick for out number 1.
Yeah, and really setting that one for a ride was Broderick, and Landon Miller able to really, retreat, recognizing the ball very quickly that it was hit deep enough, and not quite to warning track power there with it 361 to deep center.
Colglazer will cut on and miss for strike one on a fastball that was up out of the zone from Silva. Breaking ball outside for ball one, and that will even things up. Luke Spielhagen on deck. 1-1 pitch. This is cut on and hit over to short. Solis has it. The throw to first will be in time. And what a great stretch by Oscar Salazar. That'll go 6-3 on the putout of Colglazer for out number 2.
Yeah, and what a difference that makes. If you have a first baseman that can stretch like that, it expands his range and it actually gets that ball to him that much faster, especially with the speed that was represented by Colglazer up the line.
Aurora Castaneda checking in. Go Raiders. Silva deals that one outside for ball one. The 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball, gets the outside corner for strike one. Fastball, this is hit down the left field line and foul.
Great look there from Spielhagen as he sort of stepped out and then waited on that pitch to get deep enough to drive it down the line, just going foul on him. And I think that would have easily been past Nathan Miller.
Silva from the windup, a fastball that's cut on and fouled away. And Spielhagen will get another opportunity. Carter May with his dugout fielding percentage.
Uh-oh.
A swing and a miss for strike 3, and the Mules go in order in the second.
For the Mules in the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base.
Due up for the Raiders in the third. Andrew Sanchez, Nathan Miller, and Jacob Solis. Want to take this opportunity to recognize
Updated pitch count, Jones.
our home run sponsors.
Silva, 36.
Tumble 22 in Cedar Park. Mode Design Company, Oots Environmental, Toyota of Cedar Park, and Mack Hike Ford of Georgetown. Thank you for your generous support of Rouse Raider baseball. It is greatly appreciated. Playoff times brings about that need ever more so. These broadcasts cost the Booster Club, when we're able to stream, $250 a series.
Yeah, because, I mean, obviously NFHS is not getting their subscription fees by broadcasting this. So, able to recoup some of that money through the charge of being able to broadcast if
Leading
schools
off,
have that capability.
Number 11, Andrew.
The thing is, we offer these games for free behind no paywall, so you're able to watch these for free. NFHS, you actually have to subscribe and pay a fee to watch the games through them. Gunnar Jones back out on the mound to pitch the third. Andrew Sanchez is 0 for 1. He grounded to third his first time up, and that will hit him, and that's the second hit batter by Gunnar Jones.
Yeah.
And the fourth hit batter by the Mules this evening.
Just doinked it right off the helmet there of Andrew
And of course, Sanchez is what, 6'3", 4, 5, something like that? He's really tall.
He's a good 6'4". Actually, we're supposed to pad that stat. He's 6'6", Michael.
Oh. All right, that'll bring up Nathan Miller. They may put a pinch runner in for Sanchez.
He's 6'6", 280, and runs a 4.340.
Oh, my goodness. Boy,
sorry.
You are embellishing. So if you're going to embellish his stats, what are you going to embellish for Nathan Miller?
Yeah, he's.
I think we have Robert Turbay, 28.
20.
Or is it 6?
Oh, that does not look like
Now batting.
Turbay.
Number 22.
Sorry, I do
Nathan
need to
Miller.
revert back to
Number
my
22.
picture here because I'm going to show you said, 26 is
Spates.
who I saw earlier, and
Yeah.
that's Spates. Yeah, that was, again, another
Don't have a first name for him.
new
Unless
number.
you look it up in Game Changer.
I don't think it's going to be there either. I checked last week on who was going to be.
Jones will deal a strike down the middle for strike 1. Miller hit by a pitch his first time up. Dora Martin is checking in. Thankful to y'all and the sponsors for making it possible to watch the game. Go, Adrian. Get it, Raiders.
Yeah, Kenny Espinoza not helping me out any.
Miller shows bunt. He'll lay off and take for a ball, and that will even the count.
Yeah, Kenny Espinoza not helping the broadcast here with names. And he's not listening to me either, as I'm yelling at him out the window.
1-1 the count to Miller. Jones checks Spates at first. He takes a long look in, and Miller is going to call time. And
yeah, good job there, controlling.
And I think I missed my call, Jonathan, earlier. It's baseball time in Texas.
No, you had it.
Did I get it? Did I get it?
You did, and I was going to say it's playoff time in Texas.
Right. A bunt down the first baseline. That'll be fielded by Jones. And Nathan with a sack bunt.
Yeah, I was going to
Now batting.
work off of
Number
that
7.
and give the not
Solis.
just the baseball time, but
Number
it is
7.
Okay.
playoff baseball time in
Yeah.
Texas.
It's playoff baseball time in Texas.
Love
Jacob Solis will come to the plate. He has a sacrifice bunt to his credit. Interesting thing that we learned, Jonathan, that what we thought was a sacrifice fly with a runner advancing, it's only considered a sacrifice fly if a runner scores.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sac fly only on scoring.
Solis will foul this one back out of play for strike one.
Because again, it's again, you're only going to get that through bunts on advancing.
Jones shakes off the sign. Broderick will run back through and get one he likes. A pitch, that's outside for ball one, and that will even the count. Spates going back and forth with that lead at second base.
Yeah, and those that are unaware, a great
Graves on deck.
change this year is seeing that there's a little black packet right on the back of the catchers that is able to get the calls.
That pitch down and away for ball two.
Coach has a mic there, or
Broderick
somebody
getting a little bit of work back there tonight.
Yes, he is, and he's doing a great job with keeping everything in front of him, not having allowed
He hasn't let anything get to the backstop yet.
Yeah, no easy bases with Broderick back there.
Jones checks Spates at second. He'll deal high for ball three. And the count goes 3-1.
There for a moment, I thought we were going to have our fifth hit batter. Is that brushed back Solis in the box?
A 3-1 pitch. That's high for ball four, and Solis will draw a walk. That will bring up Adrian Graves.
Now batting.
2 on with 1 out for Graves. He's 0 for 1. He grounded to short his first time up. Two on with 1 out. Graves will show bunt and take for a strike. And that was an interesting looking bunt, as he looked like that he was trying to anticipate making contact and running at the same time.
It was like a running bunt, and one thing that does is it changes your eye level and changes your ability to really watch that all the way to the bat. And again, it's more of a contact here than a
swing and a miss for strike two. And Graves quickly in an 0-2 count.
And we did get Jacob Spates.
Yeah, Jacob Spates is
the name.
The pinch runner for Andrew Sanchez. Thank you, Alicia, for letting us know that.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah, I just saw it there. Thank you.
I was getting a little under the radar.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Update here.
Graves fouls that one off and will stay alive.
And, of course, as I was talking about earlier, is Scott Knight, the younger brother to Jack Knight, wearing his same number, 42, and possibly maybe will have an opportunity, if nothing else, on the base path. But, Coach would love to have him maybe have an opportunity to see him in the defensive side.
The 0-2 is cut on and missed for a strike out, and strike number 3. That is the first strikeout of the night for the Mule pitchers.
Now batting.
And that will bring up Rainer Heinrich. He's 2 for 2 with back-to-back doubles.
Ooh, Miss Susie Myers taking care of me. She is absolutely getting me completely updated with
good
add-ons. Thank you very much, Susie. Very much appreciated. We love to be able to call everybody's full name out, over the broadcast, especially when they have an opportunity at this level and to get on the field and represent the Raiders.
Jones will deal Out, gets the outside corner for strike one.
And once again, as I mentioned earlier, when you're starting to command your pitches and be able to paint spots, you're going to see some of those close pitches go more your way as a pitcher.
Jones finding his rhythm. The 0-1, that is fouled away for strike two, and Heinrich in an 0-2 count.
And Rayner doing a lot of damage here in his first two plate appearances with back-to-back doubles.
2 on with 2 outs for Rayner Heinrich, down to his last strike. Tyler Espinoza on deck. Jones from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. That's down and away, and Spates is safe at third. He'll pick up a stolen bag.
Wow, and both runners moving on that, and Coach was like, man, that's on me. Maybe expecting more of an approach there from Rayner Heinrich, but that ball was so far outside there was no use in swinging at it.
That was a good throwdown by Broderick, but Spates with a great jump from second. Heinrich calls time. He's going to step out and reset.
Yeah, very strong throw from Broderick. The only thing that helped us in that situation was it was more towards the foul side of the bag. Made it a little bit more difficult, especially with the jump that Spates had, to be able to put the tag down.
That pitch high and outside for ball two, and the count will even it 2. Deuce is wild for Heinrich. 2 on with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And
Lots of deuces.
It's called time.
4 deuces.
4 deuces. Raiders doing a little begging from the dugout. It's out of camera shot. Pitch misses for ball 3, and Heinrich goes from an 0-2 count to a full count.
Another great eye there from Rayner Heinrich as that ball was just missed low.
Gunnar Jones will come set. And he'll deal. That is cut on and hit up the middle to second. That'll be played by Spielhagen. The throw to first in time, and that will do it for the Raiders. They'll get no runs with no hits, and they'll strand 2. That'll go 4-3 on the putout of Heinrich to end the inning.
Of course, that being the first inning that we did not see a Raider cross the home plate there for a score.
Due up for the Mules, Parks, Zunker, Blake Botter, and Hunt Conger. We want to take this opportunity to recognize our Grand Slam sponsors. Pulley offers Texas construction teams a new take on building permitting. As your expediter, Ashley Knight ensures accurate permit requirements, fewer rounds of comments, and full visibility at every step, so you can break ground sooner. Faster permits in Texas, starting today. Energy for Purpose. We perform energy audits for a purpose, stewarding energy use to impact the most vulnerable. Thank you so very much for your kind and generous support of Rouse Raider baseball. Gavin Silva back out on the mound to pitch the third for the Raiders.
Yeah, just looking across, the Raider fans are absolutely packing these stands and showing that we can also travel well all the way down the ever so congested I-35
corridor. Oh my gosh.
And there's a
that's in stereo, by the way.
Forcell making his way across there. Sanders' older brother.
Parks. Zunker.
Zunker makes his way to the plate. Zunker, the center fielder for the Mules. He will face Gavin Silva for the first time this evening. And he'll take for ball 1.
Yeah, and immediately going to that breaking pitch that misses on the outside.
1-0, a fastball low and outside for ball 2. Breaking ball outside for ball 3.
And Immediately going to the
rosin bag.
rosin bag is Gavin Silva. Is
The 3-0. That's right down the middle.
yeah, I don't know what he
Zunker
was
thought he drew ball 4 and
thinking
he
that
called
was
strike.
a ball, but I couldn't tell. Did that look like it was
No, it was
inside?
it was a strike down the middle.
Okay, it looked like it had great height and
3-1 the count to Zunker.
down the middle. But Zunker's like, man, I'm all over this as a walk.
That is swung on and hit out to deep right field to the fence. And that will be caught by Tyler Espinoza for out number 1.
Yeah, and again, as we talked about earlier, an extremely shallow right field as Zunker sends that one for a ride. Tyler Espinoza
Now batting for your
almost
Mules, number
reaching
11,
out to make sure he wasn't
Blake
right on the fence,
Potter.
but able to corral that as the wind, what wind there is. Again, it's, we're sort of tucked here amongst the trees, but that was very high. And first pitch called strike to Blake Botter.
Botter 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. That pitch outside for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch, a break. Wow. Okay.
I think that was a
That's
makeup
ball
call.
2.
That was probably a makeup call for the first strike, because the first strike looked really low.
Did it?
Yeah, it did, and he called that a strike. So
2-1. This is fouled off, and that hits Forsell on the leg.
yeah, on the leg, and actually after it caromed off of Botter, off of his thigh. So
Hunt Conger on deck. 2-2 the count to Blake Botter.
of course, home plate umpire giving Xander a little bit of time to stretch there and make sure he's good to proceed.
The 2-2 pitch, that's outside for ball 3.
Yeah, great pitch there. Just seeing if he can get Botter to chase, and Botter very disciplined.
Pitch down the middle, just up out of the zone for ball 4. That'll bring up Hunt Conger. Conger 0 for 1. He grounded to third his first time
Now
up.
batting for your Mules, number 8, Hunt Conger.
A lot of great names here. We've got Hunt, Hunter, Bruno, Parks.
1 on with 1 out. That is fouled away for strike 1.
Gunner.
Fastball down and away for ball 1. Botter extends his lead at first. Silva from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. That'll go to the backstop, and Botter will advance to second on the wild pitch. But he had that one beat out, so he had a great jump from the stretch anyway.
Well, but again, another missed opportunity here for Xander Forsell, just not getting. I mean, they're picking the perfect pitch, right? I mean, the last time that they took off and got a stolen base was a pitch well outside, and there again he skipped that shy of the batter's box that bounced over Xander Forsell's glove, and just no opportunity to even make an attempt at trying to pick him off. Or I say throw him out. It's not a pickoff at that point.
2-1 count to Conger. That pitch misses for ball 3, and Conger in a 3-1 count. Silva comes set. He'll deal the fastball on the outside corner for strike 2. And the count works full.
Yeah, great pitch to bring the count full. Would not expect Conger to let that same pitch go by again.
Silva will spin off, and he'll look Botter back to second. The payoff pitch, a breaking ball fouled off, as he spoiled a great pitch right there.
Spoiled a really great breaking pitch from Gavin Silva, and just again,
A great student section here for the Mules tonight.
Oh yeah.
Again, the payoff pitch, cut on and missed for strike 3, and that will do it for Conger. 2 away for Bruno Robles.
Man, getting him to chase that breaking pitch that just dove hard and away, and zero opportunity to make contact there for Conger. And Gavin letting him hear about it.
Robles drew a walk his first time up. Batting from the left side. First pitch, that's outside for ball 1. One 0 count. Again, that's outside for ball 2.
Yeah, really not even close.
Two 0 the count to Robles. Fastball down the middle for strike 1, and Robles shakes his head. He's wishing he'd had that one back.
Don't mind us, folks, just playing a little musical chairs here in the box.
That pitch misses outside for ball 3. Or inside, sorry. Inside.
Yeah, well inside, having Robles jump back to avoid being hit by pitch.
3-1 the count to Robles. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. A little off-speed action from Silva.
Yeah, pounding him inside there. There was a lot of late movement on that pitch.
That is hit back up the middle. That'll be played by Solis. The throw to first in time, and that will do it. That'll go 6-3 on the put out of Robles to end the third. They get no runs on no hits. They leave one. And on to the fourth we go. Due up for the Raiders.
Our Grand Slam sponsors include
Tyler Espinoza, Oscar Salazar, and Landon Miller. We want to take this opportunity to recognize our walk-off level sponsor, GPS Legends. With over 50 years of professional playing experience on staff, we help young men find their direction on and off the field. It's bigger than baseball. And Jonathan, what a story by Brandon Puffer.
Yes, sir.
From the bullpen to the state pen, a book about mistakes and redemption. And making it back and then putting into other people.
Right, learning about life's hurdles, right? And bouncing back and having the capability of bouncing back and making sure to surround yourself
and professing his faith in Jesus Christ. And just a great book, a great read. I encourage you. You can find it on Amazon. You can find nearly everything on Amazon for $14.99. That is From the Bullpen to the State Pen by Brandon Puffer.
Leading off, number 12, Tyler.
Gunnar Jones back out on the mound to pitch the fourth for the Mules. As Tyler Espinoza will make his way to the plate. Oscar Salazar on deck.
Yeah, and obviously this shows that Gunnar has already outpaced his predecessor there on the bump.
A fastball down the middle for strike 1.
For those just joining, he did take the place of Davis Zunker, who did struggle a bit going 1 2/3.
Yeah, 1 2/3. The 0-1, that's low. for ball one, and that will even things up. Jones finding his rhythm.
Yeah, in the last inning was able to really start showing that he's able to work the ball inside and out.
And that will hit him.
Again.
Espinoza, the 5th hit batter of the night for the Mules.
Second time for Espinoza, and again, growing that ever clutch stat of on-base percentage.
All right.
Extremely important stat. Sometimes overlooked.
That'll bring up Oscar Salazar. He's 1 for 2.
Oh, first to third. Tyler Espinoza even unaware
right
that
field for Oscar Salazar. That's just it. I lost it in the wall. I couldn't see where the ball went.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, it was a hit and run called by Coach Krimpine. Oscar doing a great job of slapping the ball opposite field. Tyler so focused on just making sure he got to second, he was fully unaware that the ball had been hit and made it through the infield as he was already putting the brakes on at second before he looked up and saw Coach frantically telling him, come on.
That'll bring up Landon Miller. Miller has sack flied to center and been hit by a pitch. A swing and a miss for strike one.
Landon Miller, another one of the hit by pitch batters in the second inning by Davis Zunker.
Fastball low for ball one. Two of the 4 runs to score have been hit batters tonight. And so that's the tail of the tape right there, Jonathan, that you just can't defend against free bases. The 1-1, this is
just missed.
Lifted high into left field.
Yeah, well.
Botter will make the catch, and that will retire Miller for out number 1.
Yeah, Landon just missing that and, well under 14. It and sent that to very shallow left. And, of course, we have seen Coach Krimpine test that arm of Botter 2 times already tonight and was not looking to make it a third time on that hit.
Not that shallow.
Not that shallow.
Coach Boyd will make his way to the mound. And talk to his infield on some defensive strategy, no doubt.
Yeah, runners on the corners here. There's so many plays that the teams work on in practice. Do you want to try to entice the runner at third, and he very likely could have caught notes about delayed steals that some teams like to do,
well, and you recall the base running mistake that Tyler Espinoza made in game 2 where he cost the team a double play. Because he was at third and he didn't come home, and the runner on second, that particular play, I was talking to Coach Krimpine after the game about it, and he said on that's a designed play where he's going home no matter what. And the next runner's coming to third. Okay. What happened was he turned and came back.
And drew the
and
errant throw.
And, of course, that caused, I believe it was, who was it, Dawson Snow that was the courtesy runner at the time,
Snow
possibly?
Was the runner, yes.
Got caught there at third. So it was a 5U and then a 5-2. That pitch gets the outer half of the plate for strike one.
It worked in favor of
Smithson
the
Valley.
Raider.
Yeah.
No. We both scored on that.
No, he didn't. It was a double play. Yes, I'll show you on the book.
Not in Smithson Valley.
No, at Rouse on Saturday.
Okay, so then they turned around and flipped it again.
Because Tyler Espinoza got out and the courtesy runner got out. 1-1 the count to Forcell, and he will take for a ball. 2-1. This is hammered down the third base, and that's off the head of
Oh, no.
Salaburu.
Oh,
And
no.
that calls the runners to hold up. And what a shot. I mean, that's a hot corner right there.
Yes, it was. Xander hit
And
that
he-
ball very hard, and it hit that grass-dirt transition, took a big hop, and he just was not able to get a glove on it and took it right off the cheek.
Espinoza will score
Oh, no.
on the single, and I hope he's all right. He looks like he's shaking it off.
He's up. He's up and moving. They gave him a towel immediately, and the trainer is right there to
And he was out there quickly.
put an eye on him. And gosh, you hate to see that. And I think now it's the discussion is, can he go? And no, he's not going to go on. Yeah,
That was such a hard shot.
well,
It looks like he may stay out there.
He may go on.
He's getting some water and shaking it off. You never want to see anybody get injured. No matter the rivalry, no matter the sport.
Never.
These are just kids out here, and they're playing the game that they love and that we love to watch them play.
Yeah, and they are going ahead and getting somebody warmed up for the Mules, number 5. I don't know that he will be coming in. And no, Salaburu does grab his hat and make his way. Oscar giving him props and a little love there as well as the rest of the team. And scary moment there here in the game, folks. And, you know, the replay really doesn't do justice to be able to see how hard that ball was hit and just the hop that it took.
Number 11, Andrew Sanchez. Number 11.
Andrew Sanchez will come to the plate. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's grounded to third. He's 0 for 1.
Of course, Xander able to get to second on that on his hit, and he is replaced by Dawson Snow.
The first pitch to Sanchez, down and away for ball 1. 2 on with 1 out. Runners at second and third. Broderick runs through the signs. Jones finally has one he likes. The 1-0 pitch gets the outside corner for strike 1. Jones working methodically. He works from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch, that is hit back up the middle to second. That'll be played by Spielhagen. The throw to first will be in time, but Sanchez will pick up an RBI.
Yes, he does.
Salazar scores.
That works just as well as a hit, as we now have, again, 2 more runs to match the first and second inning.
2 away for Nathan Miller. Miller has been hit by a pitch and has a sacrifice bunt to his credit. First pitch, a breaking ball outside for ball 1. And again, Broderick doing a great job of
stopping
blocking everything from getting by. One 1-0 pitch. That's looked high and outside, but he gets the strike call.
I mean, Broderick was even quick to not even try to frame that and give it right back to Gunner, as if to expect that was going to be called a ball, but given the strike call.
And 1-1. This is fouled away. Oh, no, don't hit my truck.
Oh, that was the black one just next to my truck.
Did it hit it?
It hit the black truck.
Oh.
Just past my truck.
Well, you hate that. There's already one busted windshield.
Yeah, I believe it was the black truck. Of course, it could have been the minivan right next to it. So hard to tell from here.
A 1-2 pitch down and away.
How about that?
Ball
Deuce is
two.
Wild. 2 balls,
Deuce
2
is
strikes,
wild.
2 outs. Number 22 up.
At the plate.
5 deuces.
Jones will step off, and he asks Broderick to make a mound visit. Jacob Solis on deck for the Raiders. Caroline Kelly kicking in. Kick it, Mules. You can do it.
Kick it, Mules. Love it.
Right. Yeah, it's a mule, right? Kick.
It's a mule.
She's right. Get that mule kick. Of course, if I understand correctly, a mule is a cross between a donkey and a horse, right?
Of course, that would be correction.
The 2-2 pitch. A breaking ball catches him looking for strike 3.
Wow, what a great pitch. Finding the inside and letting that breaking pitch work its way across the plate for the out.
2 runs on 2 hits. They leave one. On to the bottom we go. Rouse 6, Mules nothing. Due up for the Mules, Salaburu, Hunter Jones, and Will Broderick. Want to take an opportunity for another UIL spot. And we'll be right back with you here in just a moment. You're watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!
Gavin Silva back out on the mound. The pitch. The 4th for the Raiders.
And as would be expected, no defensive changes here for the Raiders. Still going with the starting lineup. Adrian Graves in left. Jacob Solis, Miller, Heinrich, and Salazar on the infield. Landon Miller and Espy rounding out the outfield and the X
Leading off for your Mules, number 24.
Coach Hermes making his way out to the first base coach's box, and Coach Boyd mans the third base coach's box.
And we'll right away get to see if there's any ill effects from the impact there.
That is hit back up
And
the middle.
there's
That'll
not.
be a base hit for Salaburu.
And as quickly as I could try to put it out there, Salaburu says, yeah, I'm good, as he drives one and gets the first hit of the game for the Mules.
There goes Silva's no-hitter.
There goes trying to back up the no-hitter. The 2 combined no-hitter from Oscar Salazar and
Carson
Henderson in game 2 of Smithson Valley.
This is popped up and playable. Silva makes the throw to Heinrich at second to get the lead runner as the Salaburu slid into Heinrich and making sure everything's good. He didn't do it intentionally.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean,
it's a bang play.
That was one of those where with Gavin Silva making the quick throw over, they had to make sure to get the catch. The ball was a little bit high, and that required Rayner to really plant and stay in his position where you would like to see them be able to receive and sort of glance the toe off the bag and make the throw to first. So, yeah, no ill intent.
Jones with the fielder's choice. Will Broderick will make his way to the plate. He flew out to center his first time up. He'll take for a ball on a pitch that looked like a strike.
If anything, I'm going to say that missed low because it looked like it was right over the top of the plate.
1-0 gets the outside corner, a breaking ball, which, you usually get the better umpires in the playoffs, right? And, of course, last week, when we were at Smithson Valley, he tore both sides up. A fastball in for ball 2.
And another great-looking pitch there called in ball. But, yeah, I mean, he was, again, consistently inconsistent.
Pitch inside for ball 3.
Last week as he was an equal opportunity offender
All right, for both sides.
on pitch count calls.
3-1 the count. The pitch. Fastball up for ball 4.
Wow. First pitch low, that pitch again high.
Well, he's doing it to both pitchers, so I mean we can't really complain that it's lopsided. He's an equal opportunity.
And we do have a courtesy runner coming in, number 10, Frederick Labatt.
Labatt.
Labatt? Okay.
Or Labatt, right? Labatt.
Labatt, all right.
Yeah, Labatt. Labatt, courtesy running for Will Broderick. That'll bring up Albert Colglazer. Colglazer 0 for 1. He grounded to short his first time up. Silva taking a long time looking in to get the sign he wants. Foul tip for strike 1.
Well, first time really getting, aside from the free base path there with the walks earlier, the first time he's actually given up a hit and then followed up by a walk. So actually having 2 base runners here with only the 1 out.
Fastball cut on and missed for strike 2, and Forcell looks Jones back to second base. He was almost out in no man's land.
Yeah, the ball got away from Xander, but it was right underneath him. He was able to find it, locate it quickly, and come up with it. And like you said,
Luke Spielhagen on deck.
Yeah, Jones was well halfway down, but Heinrich telling Xander to go ahead and holster that ball and not let it fly.
The 0-2 count. Breaking ball swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will do it for Colglazer.
Yeah, great answer there to getting the first 2, or actually after the first out, getting 2 guys on. Gavin Silva, 3 pitches, 3 strikes to get the out.
Luke Spielhagen.
That's the 5th strikeout of the night for Silva. That'll bring up Spielhagen. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Fastball outside for ball 1.
Yeah, that pitch just has not been working well for
Well, it's interesting. You get fans
lefties.
Getting on the umpire for that, and it was a pitch well outside.
Yeah, I don't know that they can really see how much it was outside. I mean, to them, the height looked great, looking at trying to read Xander and is he moving.
Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch for strike 1, and that'll even things up at 1.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you can really do is just watch Xander. Is he trying to frame a pitch and he's setting up outside, he's receiving the ball outside. And to them, it looks like it's
Parks Zunker on deck. 2 on with 2 out. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike, and that'll take the count 1-2.
And I'm going to say he's going to bust him inside here as he is crowding the plate.
Yeah, his feet are on the line.
He's Spielhagen.
1-2, throw down to third in time, and they catch him.
Zero problem there getting Jones.
Jones picked off at third.
No run, just 1 hit.
That'll go
No errors, 1 runner left on base.
2-5 on the putout of Jones. Spielhagen will come back to the plate his next time up.
Yeah, that ball was waiting on him by multiple steps there from Xander Forcell, getting that final opportunity, receiving that ball well, and just firing it down to third.
They get no runs on 1 hit. They strand 1. And after 4 complete, it's 6-0 Rouse. So that play that we talked about last week's game, right, Jonathan? So if we look here in game 2, it was on this play right here in the 6th inning. You had the ball was hit and into play, right? So you had Oscar Salazar was at second base going to third, and he got tagged by the shortstop who fielded the ball, and then the shortstop threw home to get Espinoza at home for a double play.
So that's what was throwing me off as you were talking about Dawson Snow, and again, I could only revert back to the
You're right.
Dawson Snow with the delayed steal and Tyler getting suckered by the pump by the catcher and him getting off and having an opportunity there and drew the bad throw, which allowed Dawson Snow to also come in and Tyler Espinoza for 2 runs. So
Jacob Solis will lead off the 5th for the Raiders. He will take for a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, there's one.
He has sacrificed and walked.
I'm going to say there's nothing that Coach Crimpine hates worse than guys not getting the signs and not executing, or at least attempting to execute.
The pitch on the outside corner low, so he went high and low on that one. He hasn't been calling that consistently, but he does for that. Strike 2. 0-2 the count to Solis. The pitch from Jones, a breaking ball high and outside for ball 1.
High enough and outside enough for ball 1.
The home stands are packed with Mule faithful.
Yeah, and on the grass.
The 1-2, Solis will hammer this to short. It's played by Robles. The throw to first in time, and that will do it for Solis. 6-3 for out number 1. That'll bring up Adrian Graves. He's 0 for 2. He has grounded to short and struck out.
Now batting.
Oh, no, we have number 21 coming in.
Oh, a pinch hitter.
Rylan Payne.
Rylan Payne. Yep.
Now batting. Number 21, Rylan Payne. Number 21.
Yeah, and Rylan coming in. Adrian having his opportunities there with the first 2 at-bats and not able to get on, showing any kind of offense. So, Coach, again, having the opportunity to work in a few other guys and being afforded that opportunity because of the 6-0 lead.
The pitch from Jones is the pass ball by Broderick, and that's the first one tonight. That was right in the mitt, but, I mean, he had to get up and out of his crouch to play it.
Yeah, a little less focus with not having any runners on, so.
1-0, off-speed breaking ball for strike 1. It's swung on and missed.
Of course, Rylan Payne being one of the starting right fielders that we had earlier in the season, while Tyler Espinoza was making his way back from an injury.
The 1-1 pitch, that's fouled away for strike 2. 1-2 the count to Payne.
And he was on that pitch there, just not able to square up the bat with it, just getting a hair underneath it.
Jones comes set. That pitch high for ball 2. Payne ducks underneath it, or he might have got tattooed in the head.
That ain't doing a good job of keeping that bat down.
Right, yeah. There is no breeze. The flag is swing and a miss for strike 3. Jones picks up his second strikeout of the night. 2 away for Rainer Heinrich as he will come to the plate.
Rainer Heinrich.
Yeah, back to the top of the lineup here. Rainer Heinrich, 2 for 3.
2 doubles, and he's grounded to second. Broderick gives the sign. The first pitch offering, a breaking ball. Misses high for ball 1. He's been calling that a strike, too. But he didn't call it that time.
Yeah, it's been one of those, consistent spots, really.
Yeah, that he's called quite a bit, more often than not. 1-0 the count.
Ooh,
That one's in there.
pitch.
That's a pretty pitch for
Pretty
strike one.
pitch.
That's one that Heinrich would like back.
Oh, no doubt. That was in his sweet spot in his wheelhouse. As he could have basically driven that anywhere on the field that he wanted.
Because he loves to sit on a curveball.
Yes, he does.
The 1-1, that is hit foul down the left field line for strike two. Had a nice little cross breeze here earlier that has just gone away. 1-2 the count to Heinrich. He'll lift this one high into left center. Botter comes in on it.
Wow.
It does not make the catch. It falls right between them.
Well, the communication there, Botter giving way to his center fielder.
And nobody got a glove on
Park
it. So
Zunker, and
you rule that a hit or an error? I mean, nobody touched it, so do you have to rule it a hit?
I mean, knowing that
it was a routine fly ball.
Yes.
I guess you have to rule it a hit since nobody actually touched it.
Yeah, and Botter was all over it, and I mean,
Yeah, it was
again,
it was a can of corn.
You could tell that Parks was coming in. Botter stopped and ducked to get out of the way as if to indicate that Park Zunker called the ball, but was nowhere close to even making the catch.
That'll bring up Tyler Espinoza. He's been hit by a pitch twice and a walk. Swing and a miss for strike one.
But a great job of Rainer Heinrich not going with the foregone conclusion that that was going to be caught, as he was off to the races and strolls into second easily on the missed play in the outfield.
Jones comes set. The 0-1 pitch. A breaking ball inside for a strike. A nice breaking ball.
Well, he has got that dialed in now, as it is just a huge sort of 11-5 over the top breaking pitch. Starts up at the head of the batter and just breaks straight across. Got Nathan Miller on that same pitch earlier.
The 0-2, that's high for ball one. One and two the count. One on with two outs here in the top of the fifth. Raiders leading this one 6-0 over Alamo Heights. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three.
Rouse in the top of the fifth.
And that will do it for the Raider fifth. They get no runs on one hit. They leave one. And after 4.5, it's 6-0 Rouse. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Mules in the fifth. Spielhagen, Zunker, and Botter. We're going to take this opportunity for our third UIL spot. We want to thank you for listening to Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. We'll be right back in just one moment. Gavin Silva back out on the bump to pitch the fifth for the Raiders.
And even though Ryland Payne did come in to hit for Adrian Graves, Adrian does return defensively for the Raiders. It does give him an opportunity to come back in offensively as well when his spot comes back around. Of course, Coach could elect to burn a position or a player and
Leading off for your
have
Mules,
somebody
number
else have
two.
an opportunity to hit.
Spielhagen.
Luke Spielhagen will stand in. Spielhagen was at the plate to finish off the last inning. when Jones was picked off at third base. He takes for ball one. Parks Zunker on deck.
Yeah, Gavin having a hard time picking up what the sign or what the call was there from Xander.
This is hit out to left. This will be to the fence. And Spielhagen rounds first. He makes it into second with a double.
And I'll tell you what, Tyler Espinoza showing off the arm out there and right. That ball was absolutely hammered. Spielhagen wasting no time knowing that it was a double all the way, but Tyler Espinoza gunning it in, and the ball actually beat Spielhagen to the bag, but it was well off the line and no play there. But
that is the first extra base hit for the Mules tonight. It's hit number 2. Parks Zunker for his second at bat of the night. He flew out to right his first time up. Zunker calls time.
And of course, Parks wanting to amend for his error in the outfield. Not obviously called an error because nobody made contact with the ball, but at the same time, knowing that they should have easily had an out there. Just barely missing that. Fouling it back.
For strike 1. 1-1 the count to Zunker.
Yeah, one thing easy to pick up on when you know a batter is on the pitch and just barely misses, that ball comes right back behind him.
Andrew Huerta checking in. Hi, Grandma. Go Raiders. Breaking ball misses outside for ball 2. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, I'd say that was first pitch.
No,
first ball. That was only second pitch. So
okay.
I didn't have it either. I'm like, okay, I missed something.
1-1. I missed something somewhere too. Coach Crimpine calls time, and he's going to make a mound visit. He doesn't have anybody in tow right now. We'll see.
And the bullpen for the Mules is in left field, but the visiting bullpen is just beyond the dugout. I can't
see if anybody's in. I can't
see
any activity going.
I think your angle, you'd be able to see at least if there was bodies out there.
I can't see anybody.
Yeah, I don't see anybody out there really. So
Blake Botter on deck. 1-1 the count to Parks Zunker. 1 on with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
And again, the Alamo Heights crowd
breaking ball in for a strike,
letting their players know that they are here.
That's another one of those. He won't call that a strike probably 85% of the time. But he does that time.
Low.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for Zunker. That'll be out number 1 as Blake Botter comes to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout.
Blake Botter.
Hunt Conger on deck. Breaking ball inside for ball 1.
That's when you hear the guys in the dugout saying, wear it. We only have 1 out and we can have 2 guys on, as he avoids being hit by the pitch on the way inside delivery from Gavin Silva.
Breaking ball outside for ball 2.
And once again, been very effective. Gavin Silva going back to the rosin bag. Seems to always have very good delivery right after that.
A very balmy evening. Fastball misses high for ball 3. 3-0 pitch, a fastball down the middle for strike one. Three-one pitch. This is lifted high into left center. That'll be caught by Graves. And Spielhagen will hold at second.
Rightfully so, Adrian Graves. Again, another one showing off his arm there in left field as he just threw a seed directly to Nathan Miller, who basically just stood there to receive that.
Hunt Conger makes his way to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded to third. Bruno Robles on deck. Breaking ball. This one fouled away and hits the net.
I was looking.
No, me and you both looking over there. We're in that hot alley over there.
I'll tell you what, though. I just happened to notice something very, very smart. One of the guys here right behind home plate with his truck, he's got his backflip.
That pitch misses for ball one.
He's got his backflip tonneau cover flipped up and actually covers the entire back window.
Oh, that's smart.
So he has hardly any ability to have a window broken.
Andrew Kidhill checking in. Hello from Sacramento, California. Hope y'all are doing well as always. We are, Andrew. Thank you very much for listening and watching. This is cut on and hit down the third baseline. That will go foul for strike two.
Oh, Andrew getting those miles in, them frequent fire miles. Boy, he was in
Mr. Lumberjack himself.
Yes. Yes, at home during the last game that he came to us from, and now he's in Sacramento.
Right.
Enjoying hopefully
he's done
some
a lot of traveling
in
his collegiate career. Pitch outside for a ball, and that will even up the count at 2. Deuce is wild for Conger.
Well, I can't think of a team that wouldn't want to have him on their roster, with what he brings to the table.
Hell, he was
on the mound.
Because he started out at Wharton Junior College, and then this is cut on and hit into left field. Spielhagen will round third and score. And the Mules are on the board. An RBI single for Hunt Conger.
Yeah, and another great hit and run dialed up there, this time for the Alamo Heights Mules. And just see Spielhagen able to leap out of the bouncing ball that was just hammered right at him and did a great job of avoiding being hit, which of course would have been an out in the end of the inning, but he was able to avoid that, rebalance himself, and round third and score.
There is activity going in the Raider bullpen, and it may be a change. That'll probably be Dalton Holbrook.
Is it 3 or is it 13? Can you tell? Yeah, we got two left. They're both almost identical in stature.
If it's 3, it's Dalton Holbrook.
But yeah, Dalton
that'll do it for Gavin Silva. He goes 4 2/3.
It is Dalton Holbrook because I see Carson Henderson actually greeting Gavin Silva on the mound, and here comes Holbrook to relieve Gavin Silva, as we did see Carson Henderson. So Dalton Holbrook makes his way in relief of Gavin Silva. Carson Henderson obviously relieving Oscar Salazar in Game 2 for Smithson Valley, which was, again, a very, that was a very consistent sign that we did see. Gavin always was relieved by Holbrook, and Oscar relieved by Carson Henderson early part of the season.
Rouse, number 3, Dalton Holbrook, number 3.
And if needed for another pitcher, Nathan Miller would come in to close out the game. Not that I am saying that will be necessary in this game, but Holbrook was in need of some repetitions here and some pitches, as we have not seen him in a little while. And, of course, during this warm-up, we'll take an opportunity to play another. Actually, no, I apologize. We're done.
Yeah, we're done with that.
It, so
I'll do another state tournament thing probably in the next inning or so.
Okay. Coach as a curious onlooker right behind Holbrook and the mound.
Go Dalton, watching from Florida. Go Raiders.
You know, it was funny talking to the Hendersons after the Smithson Valley game, and they made the funny cracks. You know, we got to see Holbrook last year in the playoffs. He came in and was very effective, did a really good job, came in some very stressful situations for a guy that was being called up. Did really good, and both of us were like, man, is that Carson Henderson coming in? I didn't think he was ready or capable of pitching this year. And of course, the Hendersons were cracking up at home when they listened to the playback, and it's like, no, it's not Carson. He's still chilling on the sidelines watching the game, but it was Holbrook. Again, both lefties, both very similar in stature, and their numbers only off by 13 versus 3. So
Bruno Robles will make his way to the plate. He has walked and grounded to short.
Batting for your Mules, number 13, Bruno Robles.
Lefty-lefty matchup. Jonathan got his dance going on with some of that music.
So Gavin was loving that music. He was bebopping on the mound every time Robles would come up with his walk-up music. Good upbeat tempo there.
Conger extends his lead at first. The pitch, that's down and away for ball 1.
Yeah, extremely hard matchup here, lefty on lefty, especially when you have the three-quarter slot delivery of a Dalton Holbrook. Breaking pitch can start behind the batter and actually work its way across the inner half of the plate for strike calls. So you really have to be conscious of that as a hitter and be ready for that. You know, you never know when it's going to happen. It's one of those whenever you're an over-the-top pitcher as a lefty, that 12-6 movement on the breaking pitch, it's maybe a little easier for the lefty batters, but that not quite sidearm like a Nolan Harris was. Of course, Nolan Harris would lull you into a sense of security with that 60-mile-an-hour breaking pitch off speed that he would throw.
1-0 the count to Robles. This is fouled away as he sends a slider out of the park. Yul Salaburu on deck. One the count to Robles. 1-1 pitch. A breaking ball.
Pitch.
In for a strike.
That is the craziness that is a lefty batter or lefty pitcher.
And you saw the expression on Robles' face. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I
He
can't
just
believe
shook
I
his
did."
head. It's like, why did you not swing at that?
Right.
But coming in, you just don't expect that it's going to have that crazy movement at the end.
The 1-2. And he'll line this one to Heinrich. He didn't have to even step over. So what happened?
I don't know. Oh, they called a balk. I believe they called a balk because Rayner made the catch and immediately looked at the umpire, the line judge. I don't know what you want to call him. He's the field umpire down the first base line, who again I'm assuming called balk because we were watching.
Okay, so that's a no pitch.
Yeah, we're watching Conger make his way over to second.
On a balk.
On what was a line drive directly to Rayner Heinrich. Robles gets another opportunity here.
The 1-2 pitch. That one down and away for ball 2, and that'll even count at 2. That's interesting. I didn't notice him balk at all, so I don't know what he did.
Well, he showed the motion that he did not come set.
Oh, okay. He didn't come set.
He
All right.
was showed it over and over because even Coach Crimpine went to him and was like, hey, what happened? He's like, he did not. He showed that motion. He did not come set.
The 2-2. This is. Oh, my goodness. How play by Rainer Heinrich. Mr. Superman, who makes a leaping, diving catch. Wow. On a ball that looked like it was going into right field.
No doubt, in and off the hands of Robles, it no doubt looked like it was going to drop right over the top of Oscar Salazar's head. And out of nowhere, your screen at home comes little Superman following Tyler Espinoza from earlier in the season doing the same. And
I hope Jonathan Wilson caught that and will put that one out on social media. What a play by Rainer Heinrich.
Yeah, absolutely all smiles after making that catch.
Showing exactly
way over to the
why he's
dugout.
going to be playing at the D1 level next year for Tarleton.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Due up for, let's see, let me go through that. They got one run on one hit. They leave one. And after 5 complete, it's 6-1 Rouse. On to the 6th we go. Due up for the Raiders in the 6th. Salazar, Miller, and Forcell. Don't miss the final UIL state event of the year. The 2024 state baseball tournament taking place Wednesday, June 5th through Saturday, June 8th. These games will be played at the Dale Diamond in Round Rock with Conference 4A games taking place at the historic Dish Falk Field at the University of Texas at Austin campus. For schedule, spectator, and ticket information, please visit uiltexas.org/baseball. Again, that's uiltexas.org/baseball. Gunnar Jones back out on the mound to pitch the 6th. He faces Oscar Salazar for the second time. That pitch in for a strike.
And once again, low outside, but getting the strike call. And
Salazar 2 for 3. He has 2 singles, an RBI, and a fielder's choice.
And no defensive changes here for the Alamo Heights Mules.
Another breaking ball in for a strike. And Salazar quickly in an 0-2 count. Landon Miller on deck. Jones comes set. The 0-2 delivery, that's high for ball 1. Broderick runs through the signs a second time, and Salazar will call time. Hey, and there's the breeze.
Yeah, it was knocking things over and stuff flying across our.
There's the front, and the wind out of the north. The 1-2, Salazar lifts this one up. It's playable. Salaburu tracks it, makes the catch, and that will do it for Salazar. One away.
Hey, there's the breeze that we wanted.
Right.
Number 10.
Now we can begin to dry off a little bit. Those flags were laying prostrate, and now they're waving again. Landon Miller waiting for his first pitch. The breaking ball outside for ball 1.
That definitely changes things for the fielders, outfielders mainly, trying to read what's going to happen with that any ball that gets tossed up into the wind.
Breaking ball inside for ball 2. The 2-0 pitch swung on and missed for strike 1.
Now with that wind shifting, anything that's really hit to right field can get up in the jet stream and get pushed easily for a home run. Again, very shallow out there to right at 300 feet.
2-1 pitch, and that is lifted foul.
Well over. Oh, the street. Oh, almost hit a car on the street. That was
Thought it might
passing
hit
by.
hit the bus.
Oh,
there
no,
for a second.
well over the bus. Actually crossed the street.
Two the count to Miller. Nobody on with one out here in the top of the sixth.
Getting some,
Xander Forcell on deck.
getting a little help from Don Miller on some of these calls that we're trying to figure out why they're
That pitch
being called
misses high
strikes.
for ball 3, and Miller works it back full.
The stadium voice, Don Miller, sitting perched right behind home plate.
Payoff pitch.
That's
This
gone.
is hit
That's
deep to
gone.
right,
Like I said, anything that
it's
goes to right field with that
over
wind
the
is going to
fence.
be
A home
smoked.
run for Landon Miller.
And once again, just making any solid contact, that direction is going to fly for a long time.
Miller hits it opposite field.
And the between the leg dunk there from Landon Miller as the celebration comes in. And we now have Xander
Now
Forcell, but
Number 14, Xander.
coming
Forcell.
on after Andrew
14.
Sanchez, I do see somebody else holding a bat.
Andrew Sanchez on deck.
Yep, and number 15.
Forcell is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and flown out to right. He will take for ball 1. One zero. That's high for ball 2. Jones comes set. The 2-0. This is popped up to
In
deep
play.
left field. Botter tracks it
Oh, he
and he
dropped
drops
it.
it. That will be an
Wow.
E7.
Wow, and
That-
just
I hate to take a hit away from Andrew. I mean, not Andrew, Xander.
Xander.
But that was dropped, so that is an error. It will be
Yeah.
an E7.
And of course, Dawson
bad.
Snow
And the
comes
first-
in.
Number
And the
11,
first error of the game by either
Andrew
team.
Sanchez. Number 11.
And as I mentioned, I did see, maybe not. Okay.
That's Nathan Miller.
No, okay, Nathan
Oh.
Miller's up, or on deck.
Oh, do we have a pinch runner?
No. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's Dawson Snow.
Dawson Snow is the courtesy runner for Xander Forcell.
Sanchez will foul this one back out of play
Oh.
for strike 1. Oh, didn't hit my truck, did it?
No, gosh, no. That was directly behind the press box, but there was a kid that was looking for one of the other foul balls, and the ball landed right behind his heels.
0-1 the count to Sanchez. Aurora Castaneda. Hi, Andrew. Go Raiders. Landon Miller with the bomb over the right field fence.
Over the right field trees beyond the fence.
This is
There we
smoked into
go.
left. A great diving play by Yul Salaburu, but that will get into left field. And Sanchez with a base hit.
Andrew Sanchez keeping the hot bat rolling. Love what I'm seeing from that young man.
Now batting.
Nathan Miller will
Number
come to the
22.
plate. Runners at first and
Nathan
second for Miller.
Number 22.
Miller has been hit by a pitch. He has a sacrifice bunt, and he has struck out looking. And this is smoked
Fair
into
ball.
right or left field, and that will score Snow. And Nathan with a stand-up double.
Yeah, now these guys are just absolutely jumping on everything that's thrown out there. Ball's starting to look a bit bigger to the offense.
Now batting. Number 7, Jacob Solis.
Salaburu getting a lot of work, and he's getting some hot fastballs down there. Or say fastballs, line drives. Down on that third base corner. Then they call it a hot corner for a reason.
That's the reason. You got that right.
Swing and a miss on a pitch down and away by Jacob Solis for strike number 1. So I did meet Susie's replacement before the game. Miss Shannon Solis introduced herself. She will be the secretary for the Booster Club, and she said, I've got big shoes to fill. With
Susie
Meyer.
is absolutely awesome.
That pitch down and away.
No, and not going to send the very swift of foot Andrew Sanchez. Not in the background. Sorry. I don't know who said the not part. It wasn't me, folks. It was not me.
That is the first wild pitch we've seen tonight from the Mules.
Yeah, 1-1 here.
2 on with 1 out for Solis. The pitch. This is chopped on and hit down. That'll be booted by Salaburu. The determination, was he going to go home or was he going to go to first?
Well,
and he ended up he took his eye off the ball, and that allowed a run to score and the runner to get on. That will be an E5 by Jacob Solis.
Yeah, and he was definitely trying to get to that fast enough to have the opportunity to get Andrew Sanchez at home, or knowing that Jacob Solis possesses a lot of speed getting up the line, he wanted to go ahead and make sure he had an opportunity to make that play, and just came up empty off the barehanded grab attempt.
I don't know if Nathan Miller has a broken helmet or if they're going to pinch run for him.
That would be Trey
Schluter will pinch run for Nathan Miller.
Yep, and Adrian Graves is back in to hit for himself in the lineup.
Runners on the corners.
Now batting. Number 31, Adrian Graves.
Yeah, last inning or last at bat, he was replaced with Rylan Payne as a pinch hitter.
Momo checking in. Go Raiders. Lulu Garcia. Graves is 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded to short. He will show bunt and lay off and take for a strike. There is some activity going in the Mule bullpen.
There is, yes, sir. See if we can.
Graves calls time and steps out. Jones was checking Solis at first.
And that is number 20 getting warmed up, Ben Wendland for the Mules.
Fouled away for strike 2, and Graves and an 0-2 count.
Yeah, and you hear that ever so often heard reminder, be on time. Talking about Adrian Graves, be on time, square up that bat. You know, barrel it up. The only way to make that happen is being on time.
That's high and inside for ball 1. Broderick runs through the signs, and Gunnar Jones will come set, the 1-2 pitch.
Oh!
Catches him looking for strike 3.
Low in the zone, but gets the strike call.
For the second out of the inning.
Now batting. Number 9, Rainer Heinrich.
And here's another batter, just like Landon Miller.
That's the 5th punch out of the night for Gunnar Jones.
Rainer Heinrich showing he has the ability to go opposite field if he gets a pitch that he can handle on the outer half of the plate. And look for him to do that here with that wind shift.
The first pitch, that's down and away, and Solis will pick up the stolen base with defensive indifference, and his slide was
well short.
Left something to be desired.
Looked like the Willie Mays Hayes
Right.
head first slide. Keep coming. Keep coming. You're almost there.
Want to know the count to Heinrich.
One of the great baseball movies.
1-0 pitch, a fastball down the middle for strike one. Runners at second and third with 2 outs for Rainer Heinrich. A 1-1 count. That pitch goes to the backstop, and Schluter will score on the wild pitch.
And on that throw from Broderick, Trey slides in and pops up and almost actually took a ball to the face there as the throw comes from Broderick to try and get the play at home. And
Solis 90 feet away. Jones will deal the breaking ball that's fouled on.
Too late of a break there.
It's a swing. Was it a swing and a miss, or
was
it
a swing
foul?
and a
I thought he
miss.
fouled it away, but
yeah, swing and a miss, and then it actually tipped off of the top of Broderick's glove to get away from him. But Solis not able to see that the ball had gotten so far away from Broderick, so he delayed himself. And when he thought about taking off, it was too late at that point. Stay at third.
Deuce is wild for Heinrich. The 2-2 pitch. That is hit back up the middle. That'll be played by Robles, and the throw just in time.
Heinrich so thinking he had beat the throw there, and I'll tell you what, if that were to have happened.
On the putout.
In the top of the 6th inning,
3
hits, 2 errors.
4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, and they leave one. After 5.5, it's 10-1 Rouse. On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Mules. Salaburu, Jones, and Broderick.
And Holbrook makes his way back out. And the warm-up toss has the automatic ball return for Xander Forcell as it was way outside and bounces off the net right back into his lap. Taking a quick scan of the defense, I would not expect to see any changes as the defense has been extremely solid here for your Raiders. And as expected, it is all the same. No changes here. And I was going to say there was an opportunity there. Had Rainer been able to beat out that throw and plate another run, that would have been a 10-run lead here for the Raiders. As it were, we're down, at 9, and, Holbrook really looking to take care of business here on the mound. They would love to see a 3-up, 3-down inning here and move on to the 7th. But with the wind coming in, the breeze coming in with that front, it's pushed that humid air out, and it's definitely making for probably what feels really, really good to the folks that are here in the stands.
Yul
Salaburu will come to the plate. He is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single.
Yeah, and Yul looking to add to the hit column here for the Alamo Heights Mules as he was the one to break up the no-hitter.
He will take for a strike down the middle.
Of course, he did that the inning after he was hit on a line drive in the previous inning.
That is a comebacker to Holbrook. He has it to throw over to first in time, and that will retire Salaburu. That will go 1-3. That will bring up Hunter Jones and a series of lefty-lefty matchups.
Yes, sir.
Jones.
It really just falls in very well for Coach Crimpine to be able to have that lefty-on-lefty situation, especially with a very good pitcher here with Dalton Holbrook.
A slider in for a strike.
Because that right there, that pitch right there is so hard as a lefty. That was one that Caden Kaspar, my boy as a lefty, just absolutely hated.
0-1 the count. Swung on and missed for strike 2 to Jones.
You know, those pitches that just really catch the outside corner as a lefty batter, or even one that plays so far on the
Jones is
corner.
hitting to a fielder's choice and struck out looking. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will do it for Jones. That'll bring up Will Broderick. Broderick has walked and flown out to center.
Now batting for Mules, number 27, Will Broderick.
And now we have a different player for Alamo
Broderick
Heights.
will hit this one up the middle. Heinrich has it at second. The throw to first in time. Broderick thought he might have beat it out, but 4-3. They go in order.
No runs, no hits, no errors.
In the 6th, on to the 7th we go. Raiders leading it 10-1. Due up for the Raiders in the 7th. Espinosa, Salazar, and Miller.
And we are going to see possibly a change here. I saw another, yes, number 12. Well, is he making his way into pitch? I saw another player for Alamo Heights getting warmed up in the bullpen. And he is making his way down the field, but no, he's going to the dugout. Okay, sorry. Number 12 was getting warmed up as well.
Gunnar Jones back out on the mound.
Gunnar Jones makes his way. Number 12 was warming up, and that was Blake Killian for the Alamo Heights Mules, but he came out from the bullpen and made his way to the dugout. So
Updated pitch count, Jones 92, Holbrook 11.
So Jones with 92 pitches. He's got 18 left in the tank.
To go. He showed spurts of being able to be very efficient. As he started getting dialed in, his defense has let him down a little bit here in the later innings.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. When you start giving away free outs, that makes that pitcher have to work that much harder, and then it becomes a frustration, right? It's like, goodness, guys, y'all got to back me up.
No doubt. I mean, you know, one of the things you want to see as a pitcher is pitch to contact, right? Let the defense work behind you, but, you know, then you start to second guess yourself about really giving them an opportunity to handle a pitch, knowing that you've had multiple opportunities for the defense and they have let you down. So
here's the line for Espinosa. He's been hit by a pitch twice. He's walked and struck out.
So basically 750 on base percentage is what you're telling me.
For the game, yes. That is hit back up the middle. That'll be played by Robles. The throw to first in time.
Play. Such a hard play there from Robles.
Now batting.
One pitch, one out.
Oscar
charging the ball,
Number 8.
receiving it very low, and then just having to use the body only, not being able to step in as your body's actually taking you away from first base, and made that look routine. Such a great play.
The first pitch to Salazar. I'm not sure his foot went up in the air when the ball was being pitched.
It's a big leg kick. Big
leg kick for ball one. That was interesting.
He's having fun out there, Michael.
1-0 the count to Salazar. Jones will step off and toe back in. 1-0 pitch. That's high and outside for ball two. Landon Miller on deck. The 2-0 delivery. That's in for a strike. And the count goes 2-1.
Right down the pipe on that one from Gunnar Jones. Of course, the question would be raised is, are Hunter and Gunnar brothers? And I got a nod of no.
No,
so,
they are not. Fastball down the pipe for strike two, and that will even the count at 2. Salazar hits this one out to deep left center.
Oh, great play from Parks.
Zunker able to get to it. He was on his horse to get there. Great overhand catch.
Yeah, able to just look like a great wide receiver there, as he's able to just run under that long pass from the quarterback and runs right underneath there and makes the over-the-shoulder catch.
Aurora checking in. Hello from El Paso, Texas. Go Raiders. Thank you, Aurora, for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball here on SHN Sports. Miller lines this one to short. It'll be played by Robles. The throw to first in time, and that will do it. The Raiders go in order for the first time tonight.
For Rouse in the top of 7.
That'll go 6-3.
No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base.
On to the bottom we go. Due up for the Mules in the 7th. Cole Glazer, Spielhagen, and Zunker. That's the 7, 8, 9 hitters. It's the bottom of the order for the Mules.
Bottom third of the lineup here, but
Dalton Holbrook back out to pitch. No, Carter May.
Carter May, number 33, making his playoff debut here for the Raiders. Number 33.
Yes.
Carter, yes, sir.
Now pitching for Rouse, number 33, Carter May. Number 33.
And great cheers from the Rouse faithful that have made the drive down to watch their boys play another playoff game. And Coach having an opportunity to bring in another arm that we have not seen yet this postseason. Carter did get a few opportunities non-district. I'm not sure that we had many of the district games where we saw him come in, maybe one that I could recall. But, another big right-hander here. Again, same stature of a Carson Henderson and a Dalton Holbrook, but pitching then from the right side. Probably a little bit more size to him, and you get him pitching downhill.
You see that throw down to second by Xander Forcell from his knees?
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
What a laser.
These kids are phenomenal. Sub 1.9 pop time from Xander Forcell consistently. He's been really, really good as a stand-in after.
Cole Glazer 0 for 2. He is grounded to short and struck out.
C5 graduating, 2 years ago, and Xander Forcell has done a great job of filling those shoes, especially just mowing down runners. It's one of those things you see the stat line and man, just nobody's going to really want to run on him. His opportunity to get you is higher than missing for sure.
This is lifted into center field. Landon Miller will track it and make the catch, and that will do it for Colglazer.
Yeah, and in similar fashion to the play that Park Zunker made, Landon Miller recognizing that ball being tattooed off the bat of Colglazer and really jumping on it as quickly as he could to be able to run underneath that. That was a line drive. It absolutely nuked.
Spielhagen 1 for 2. He has struck out. That one fouled away for strike one.
Yeah, and with a new pitcher in, the Mules are wasting no time to go right after him, recognizing that they've got a long hill to climb here with 9-run deficit.
Swing and a miss for strike 2. He is 1 for 2. He has doubled and struck out, and he is the lone scorer for the Mules.
I'd love to see a little off speed here from Carter May as these guys are trying to sit on fastball.
Pitch outside for ball one. Park Zunker on deck. May from the windup. The 1-2 pitch. That will go to the backstop. A little Wild Thing action going on there.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, that's on me. Well, yeah, we know.
It would have been ideal if he would have hit the fence.
Where's the figurine, the metal figurine there of the batter that he takes the hat?
What was it, Jobu, or what was the name of his little statue? Jobu?
Oh, Jobu, yes.
Yeah. 2-2 the count. Breaking ball outside.
Yeah, trying again get that breaking pitch to work and not able to.
You got to go pitch to contact. Spielhagen crowding the plate. The payoff pitch coming up. That is fouled away and out of play for strike.
Strike.
Yeah, it was already strike two.
Foul.
It's a full count. It's
full
just
count.
foul. It's just foul. The payoff pitch swung on and missed. A fastball for strike three.
Go with what's working. Just pound them with the fastballs. But that time he was able to work it inside versus over the middle of the plate, which saw Spielhagen really be able to make good contact. Just a little late on him, driving it foul.
The Mules down to their final out as Park Zunker comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out to right. The pitch by Carter May is inside for ball one. Fastball, this is high and lifted to center.
Do it.
And Landon Miller tracks it. He'll make the catch, and that will be the ball game. The Mules go in order in the seventh.
Game 2 tomorrow.
On to
7 p.m.
tomorrow night we go, Jonathan. Raiders take game 1.
Yes, sir. And now getting to have our first, weather permitting, our first home field game, true home field game here in the playoffs.
Provided it doesn't rain.
Again, as I said, weather permitting, but
weather permitting.
I'm sure Glenn High School will be on deck if needed. But, you know, again, everything weather-wise was supposed to stay north of us and only be today with this front that came through. So hopeful that it didn't dump a lot of rain on our field and we're able to recover if there is any rain and be able to play that game tomorrow. So
if you'll go over the final numbers, we'll probably have to get out of here pretty quick, Jonathan. So
yes, sir. So real quick recap here. Your final 10-1, as Michael did point out. Box score does show that we had a total of we actually, 3 pitchers here for the Raiders. The win does go to Gavin Silva, going 4 2/3, having pitched 91 pitches. 1 earned run against him, which was the 1 lone run of the game on 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, 4 walks. We had a strikeout apiece from Carter May and Dalton Holbrook, each going basically
Sir.
one.
Enjoyed it.
1 1/3 from Dalton Holbrook. So offensively, the Raiders did have 30 at-bats, having 11 hits with the 10 runs, 9 RBIs. They only were walked twice and 5 strikeouts combined for the offense. So again, just a great offensive game outing. Raiders doing what they did early in the season. They averaged 8 runs a game. Then we saw a little bit of a lapse in offense. Top of the lineup sort of falling apart. Bottom of the lineup came in and kept them in the games. And, of course, it's a whole new ball game here and a whole new approach whenever you get in the playoffs and the offense has come alive.
And they did that tonight. And so what a great game it was for the Raiders, and the Mules looking to bounce back tomorrow night as they will travel to Leander, to Raider Field, to face the Raiders in Game 2 to avoid elimination. It's a win or go home
Yes,
game
sir.
for them
And
tomorrow night.
Once again, 7 o'clock game time, 6:45 on air.
Yep.
Will be the call, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody there. Please like, subscribe, and
Hit that
your
notification bell if you would, and you'll be notified when we go live, and you can check in with us then. But we also put it out on social media, both Facebook and X, formerly known as Twitter. It's almost like Prince, right?
The artist formerly known
artist
Twitter.
formerly known as Twitter. as Prince. Okay, so there we go. A lot of silliness here in the press box tonight. For Jonathan Kaspar, I'm Michael Francis. Thank you for tuning in and watching Rouse Raider Baseball on SHN Sports. We will see y'all tomorrow night.
Good night, folks.